Good morning, everybody. Time for another vlog here. Alright, so we are southbound 215 freeway, crossing under the 210 right now, and where else? San Bernardino. Today is February 11th, Saturday, day before Super Bowl Sunday. Current time is 9:22 local. Alright, so an Audible has been called. As you might know, from the last load that last video I did, this load, I'm under a load right now that got picked up in Carthage, Texas, the Tyson Foods facility over there. It is going to Merced, California, which is actually in northern, basically in the San Joaquin Valley, kind of in between Fresno and Stockton, basically. And like, where's that at? Well, Stockton's about 40 miles or so south of Sacramento, along the 99 freeway. Load's going there, so why am I here? Like I said, an Audible got called. I was prepared to take this up there myself, especially with the fact that the trailer has a maintenance issue that needs to get fixed. But it's not something that regular truck stop repair shops have the parts on hand to fix, so it's going to have to go to a dealer for repair. It has a bad air reservoir on it. I will show you when we get to the drop yard. I'm going to be dropping this load in the drop yard, and another driver will be acquiring it and taking it up to Merced. I really wasn't too keen on giving this load to anybody else, because a lot of people are not going to want to deal with this trailer with maintenance issue that it has going on. That can easily get them put out of service. It is definitely an out of service eligible condition. However, my thought was try to get this is not cool. I need to get 2 more lanes over, and I got to deal with all this merging traffic on top of it, on top of this guy not trying to be an asshole. Because you just couldn't let me over, right? You fucking asshole. That witch? Yeah, you are a witch. Your fucking license plate says you are one. Okay, anyway, like I said, I would have rather taken the load all the way up there myself, because I know that it's going to go to, I know I'm okay with taking it to the, get it to the customer, get the load delivered first on time. And then I was going to, my plan was take it to the dealer up there. Either in Stockton or in Fresno, and drop the trailer off to get repaired, and maybe bobtail somewhere else to grab a different load. Maybe or bobtail somewhere else to grab another empty, and then go get another load. Okay, so like I said, I'm okay with running it up there myself. There is that risk dealing with way stations getting put out of service though. In fact, on my way into California at the Ag Checkpoint, Agricultural Inspection Facility, for those of you guys who aren't familiar, I'll finish this when we get past this light. Okay, so I went through the agricultural checkpoint in California, and it turned out there was a CHP commercial enforcement officer right on the right shoulder, right past the actual checkpoint. Still in the checkpoint area, but I was already past the inspector area, the agricultural inspector area. And I was busy looking over at my left mirrors here to see if it was clear for me to merge in with the rightmost four-wheeler lane. And as I'm doing this, I see this CHP officer starting to kind of inch his way out on from the right shoulder into the lane, toward the lane. But he wasn't looking like he was going to come out in front of me. Next thing I know, he ends up stopping the FedEx driver who's right behind me. I assume to do a level 1 inspection or something. Alright, anyway, yeah, I made it through there, and then, I had the weigh stations in New Mexico and Arizona to be concerned with too, but I got through those, no problem. But this load still has to go past, it was going to have to go past the Tehachapi scale and then the Chowchilla scale also on the way up to Merced. Now, it wasn't going to be a problem for me because Tehachapi is normally closed at night anyway, and I wasn't planning on leaving I got to my house midnight, not last night, but the night before. And my plan was to do a 34 and then run the load up from here, from my house up to Merced, leaving later this evening. It's about a 6-hour drive, and the load is due up there in Merced. I think it's 7:30 or so tomorrow morning, if I recall. So I didn't see Tehachapi being a problem at all. Now, even if there was a concern with it, I know ways around it. Same with Chowchilla. I know how to get around that one as well. I'm not going to discuss that here. It's not a habit I have. I don't condone it, but I would have already had this trailer fixed if I could take it to just any shop and know that I could get it fixed pretty quickly. Alright, so yeah, I actually did even do send in the macro for repair while I was stopped in Tucumcari. I had a feeling that I was pretty sure they weren't going to have the part I needed, but I checked both the Loves and the Boss shop there. Neither one of them had it. They said I'd probably have to go to like Albuquerque or somewhere to a dealer to get it, to get the part, or otherwise JCT could have sent one out, like overnighted one, but there was there's still that concern. How quickly is it going to show up, and is it going to cause my load to be late for delivery? And again, could I just go ahead and take it to just maybe get it to the receiver first and deliver it, and then go run it to a trailer shop or dealer or whatever after I'm empty, and then they can take whatever time they need to get it fixed. Yeah, I don't have to do a high priority shipping order, because they might even already have it on hand, or even if they don't, it doesn't have to be overnighted. It could just be delivered whenever it happens to get there, some normal priority means. So that was the plan. But yesterday while I was at the house, I got asked if I wanted to drop it in the San Bernardino yard. I'm like, yeah, I don't mind. I'd love to, but I don't want to pawn this trailer off on somebody else. So I made sure they know, hey, this thing needs to get fixed, and I don't think they'll be able to fix it at the yard. I don't know. I don't even think they have a repair guy working at the yard on Saturdays. I think he works on the weekdays. So I don't know. But I made sure they know this when I agreed to drop the trailer. This thing needs a new air reservoir. It needs to get replaced. It's leaking audibly. It is an out of service problem. So just make sure whoever's taking this, that they know that and they're okay with it. This is Tippy Canoe right here. We got one more light to go, and we'll be making a right onto Del Rosa. Anyway, yeah, it sounded like they had trucks in the area. It's like, okay, but and I got the impression that there were drivers here in the area who were trying to get up north, maybe for home time or something. I don't know. But yeah, it sounded like they had other particular drivers. They were trying to get up north for probably for a reason, like home time, I was guessing. So it's like, all right, if that's kind of necessary logistics going on there, and the other driver is okay with inheriting this trailer like it is, knowing that it has this problem, I'm like, okay, I'm all right with that. But again, I don't like pawning trailers off with problems that need to be worked on. All right, now you might notice here, I don't have to be hitting the switches anymore, or shouldn't be. So I got my Eagle Eye camera hooked back up. I did get the power cord for it, and it's working just fine. I don't have the rear cameras hooked up to the Eagle Eye system right now. I just have the front camera. I was just kind of hurry up, get it hooked up, and at least the front camera going, and then I can use the V-Sisto system for just the side views only. And daytime, I think it'll work out great there, at least for this video. Alright, so yeah, the advantage here, I don't have to limit myself to just one view or the side views only, whatever. Now I can just dedicate the Eagle Eye to front view, and then dedicate the V-Sisto camera to the rear, the side views, which are mounted to my doors. Alright, we got a couple of JCTers here. One bobtail, one with the trailer. Who we got here? Delta 4391 and Lima 4132. Alright, I will have to check in with this silly booth thing here. Just walk up to the camera and wait. Recommend you turn off your engine. Turn off your engine, and then have the key in the on position. That way when the gate starts to open, all you have to do is start your truck up. Otherwise, you don't have to sit here and wait for it to boot back up while they're opening the gate, because it'll close back up on you a little bit too fast if you don't. Alright, we are checked in. Now when you check in with these guys, make sure you have the last 4 digits of the seal number handy, because they're going to ask for it if it's a loaded trailer that you're dropping. Who's that behind us? Is that Crete or somebody? I don't know. Because more recently I started seeing Crete. Yeah, there are Crete trailers in here now. I remember the last couple times I came here, I did see a couple of Crete trucks come in, and it's like, which I don't normally see, but yeah, I think they just started using this yard as a drop yard recently. Alright, I'm going to drop my trailer right over here, probably in between these, here by 7496 and 7524, I guess. So I got a contractor with one of our trailers over here. Who parks these damn things? That thing is parked like shit. They're all crooked. Oops. Came a little bit too early there. Generally want to see the front of that other trailer as much as I can, and get the trailer, well, even the gap as straight an angle as I can before it even breaks the plane there between the two. Getting a little bit too close to this other trailer here, but think we're in the right spot there. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what I'm talking about now with trailer problem. Where it needs a new air reservoir, and this is the kind of problem where you need to actually crawl underneath the trailer to pinpoint where it's at. Alright, so you can already hear the sound. I have air going to the trailer right now. You should not be hearing anything audible right now. Now, it's okay to be audible if the trailer brakes are set, but they're released like they are right now, should not be hearing anything. So, but, okay, this valve right here is what you call an ABS valve, or you can even call it a parking brake valve, if you will. There are two valves on this reservoir. Now, this reservoir is a rust bucket. If I were to go all the way under the trailer, you'd see it, it's all rusty. The same is the case for the nipple that, or the flange, whatever, that comes off of that, the reservoir that this valve hooks up to. Or, where the weld point is, where it goes onto the air reservoir is where it's leaking from. I had to actually climb under to figure out where exactly the sound was coming from, because I thought it could have been coming from an airbag or a brake chamber or something. I had to feel around to figure out where exactly it was coming from. And once I could feel it, I saw it was coming from there. Now, this valve here, I mentioned there are two of these valves, normally one on both sides of the reservoir. As you see, there's another set of hoses back there going up to the top. That's the other set. Now, if you will, this is a trailer parking brake valve, and then the other one behind it would be the ABS valve. So when you use the service brakes, it goes through that other side over there. I might have it backward. No, actually they're both, so if you see here, the hoses, one of them, this one here, the front one, comes up to the valve that's on the other side of the reservoir, and then this one here comes up to this valve right here. So what happens is when you release the trailer brakes, we push the red valve in. It's pushed out. This valve moves right here and lets air go, flows through here into the brake chamber, and then the air comes in through here and pushes the spring that's on this end of the brake chamber, pushes it that direction, and it extends the push rod, and extending the push rod allows the brakes to release. Now, speaking of, that looks like it might be out of adjustment. Normally, if you see a gap there between the pad and the drum, it's a pretty good clue that it might be out of adjustment. Not necessarily, but it might be. This is a fairly newer brake as well. So, one of the things I'm going to look for here is, do the brake pads have even amount of wear on them? If the lower and upper pads have the same amount of wear on them, there's a better chance it's just going to be the slack adjuster, which is right there, that might be no good. But if I see more pad remaining here on the bottom than I do on the top, then that means that there's a better chance that the S-cam bushings are no good. So, because it'll sit there and ride on the upper pad and not put any wear on the lower pad, or very little wear on it. That'll be uneven. So that's one of the clues you can use to look. You can look for when doing your pre-trips. All right, guys. Now this one, I don't recall being out of adjustment when I did my pre-trip, but it's definitely something I would question now. Alright, but anyway, you go through the red valve, comes through here, constantly pushes constant air through the chamber to keep it extended. Now when you go to push the brake pedal in, you run your service brakes, what happens is it goes through the ABS valve on the other side of the reservoir, and then it comes comes into this tube here, into this fitting here, and it basically comes in on the other side of the spring and pushes it back that way, back in that direction, and it meters it based on how much pressure you're putting on the service brake pedal as well. So that's pretty much, or it's either that or bypass. I'm not sure the internal workings of the chamber. It might also be that it just lets some of the air vent out through here and go through the ABS valve. Either way, it'll allow this push rod to retract a little bit and allow the brakes to be applied. And then when you let go of the brake pedal, you know, it closes off the valve and just lets it. Alright, now, yeah, there are a lot of people who don't really have a real good concept or how exactly truck and trailer air brakes work. That's pretty much the gist of it. So, alright. Probably go more into detail on that, but I think that's just kind of at least a good enough. Give you an idea. So if you have a problem with your brakes, just even a little bit of a better understanding of how it's designed, how it's laid out, whatever, can sometimes give you a lot of clues on where to look to isolate the source of the problem and make it easier for a mechanic to troubleshoot it and get you on the road faster. All right. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this trailer. We'll go find an empty, and when we're ready to leave here, we'll continue on. All right, guys, we are disconnected now. Let's go find ourselves an empty so we can get ready to pick up our next load. All right. Let's see if we got any empties sitting over here where they don't belong first. If there are, I will try to go for one of these first. Normally the empties are supposed to be over on the north end of the lot, but sometimes we find them over here because I see there's one right here that's it's not running. Could have a dry load in it too. So I'm going to check the bill box to see if there are any bills in it. Alright, so this one here, looks serviceable. It's empty. Has at least 3/4 fuel, but caveat is it is dirty. It needs a washout, or well, at least to be swept or whatever. I'm okay with taking it to the I-10 truck wash. I believe is open today. In fact, I was just talking to another driver a second ago, and he says he thinks they're open on Saturdays. So I'll go ahead and hook up to this one. Not feeling enough. I can feel it going under, but I'm not feeling as much pressure on it as I want to feel. So now I definitely see pressure going up on my suspension load gauge there. Alright. If you adopt these rituals here, you can avoid making a rookie mistake of high hooking your trailer. Now, I had my first high hook in this truck here just a couple months ago, in almost 7 years of driving. So, but having good habits, watching for these little details. Don't let the tractor go more than one axle deep into the trailer before you stop. If you don't feel it squatting down, it's time to stop and get out and crank the gear. Or like what I have here, I have airbags that I can actually raise above normal height. So what's this guy doing here? Anyway, I'm gonna get all set up here. I need to send my macro too to show that I'm dropping that other trailer and hooking to this one. And we'll continue this on the way out of here. Alright guys, this trailer here that I'm still picking up, it turns out I do have a brake that is definitely out of adjustment on this one. I'm going to show you. This is why we don't do real quick pre-trips and don't not crawl underneath the trailer. because this is the kind of stuff that can get you violations or put out of service. One single brake out of adjustment's not a problem at all. You'll get a violation for it, but it won't put you out of service. But if you have two of them, now this is assuming you have a 5-axle truck and trailer combo, and you have 10 brakes, then 2 brakes out of adjustment will put you out of service. So I'll show you what I'm looking for here. Okay. There's a gap there between the pad and the drum on both the top and bottom. The rest of them, you don't see that gap. So those all look like they're probably adjusted fine. So this is more than likely going to be a bad slack adjuster, perhaps. Not necessarily a bad slack adjuster though. It could just be because there are a couple of tricks you can use to get it within adjustment. One is to back the trailer up and operate the brakes. So what I'll probably do, because I'm going to go pick up a Walmart load in Colton, and I'll check over there when I'm dropping the trailer, because I'm going to have to back it into a drop spot there anyway. I'll check over there when we're dropping the trailer, because I'm going to have to back it into a drop spot there anyway. And when I'm dropping in the drop spot, I can always check it there. If operating the brakes while backing it up doesn't adjust it itself, the alternative is to use a wrench set and just turn the nut on it, and that'll adjust it as well. Now it still doesn't change the fact that the slack adjuster probably will need to be replaced, but we don't know for sure if it needs it or not. Well, this is where do your own little troubleshooting first, because it might just be a little glitch thing there that can be fixed by just backing it up and it'll still adjust itself, or maybe it really is a bad slack adjuster, but I won't know that until I try some other steps first. All right, let's go and get checked out. I've already called Walmart to check on whether my load that I'm picking up is a live load or a drop-in hook. And shut up. Need to turn that stupid warning system off. And they did confirm it should be a drop. I don't know if it's ready to go yet, but it is a drop-in hook at least, so. This trailer, this lot needs work. Okay, another thing here, guys, don't drop trailers right here. I just watched the JCT driver, an actual JCT truck, drop this JCT trailer right here along the fence. Why they didn't take it over into the actual drop area, I don't know, but there's no reason to put it there unless there's no room to drop it where it belongs. That's just laziness there. It's somebody who doesn't know how to back or doesn't want to back, more than likely. Okay, I think this bobtail, I think he's in a bobtail. He's getting ready to check in, so I'm going to stop right here. That way he has room to maneuver whichever way he's going. Otherwise, if I go up there and he comes in, he's going to have to, I'm going to have to drive up onto the sidewalk there to get out of the way. Alright, so I just asked about that trailer there. I'm not trying to throw people under the bus, but if you're that fucking lazy, I don't want you representing JCT personally. If you can't be that arse to back into an actual spot that the trailer belongs in, maybe you shouldn't even be in here in the first place.
Of remaining drive time.
Alright guys, we're ready to get out of here now. What do we got here? Alright, so now we're going to head over to Aichen Truck Wash in Colton or Rialto, whatever. I don't know what town that technically is there. It's right by the border though. We'll go there, get the trailer washed out, and then we'll head down to Walmart to make the pickup, or at least check in. I don't really care if it's ready to go or not, to be honest with you. If it's ready, great. I can roll with it right away. If not, I can always go ahead and drop this trailer, check in. At least they have my number, and then I can, because if I want to eat or something, I might bobtail back off the property and get a bite to eat or something, and then come back whenever it's ready. It's not due for pickup until 16:30 this afternoon, though. Alright, now I don't want to have this video go excessively long, so I'm going to go ahead and high speed it through here. I know it might make some of you guys a little bit nauseated watching me high speed footage through city traffic, or city streets, but really I am thinking about you guys with not making the video needlessly long either, because it usually takes time to do those Colton pickups as well, so, or even to vlog them. Alright, so we'll fast forward it from here now until we get over to the truck wash, and we'll fast forward it again until we get to the shipper. Alright guys, we are coming up on the truck wash. It'll be right up here on the left side. I took the Pepper Avenue exit. A lot of you guys will be more apt to use the Riverside exit and make right turns to get into here. I prefer coming this way. Usually, I see one truck facing the wrong way in the truck wash now, or I think. Yeah, I think it looked like he's facing the wrong way in the one of the bays. Either he's parked next to the bay, I can't tell, but alright, what I usually do is come across the scale here. Oh no, he's just parked between the scale and the wash area. Alright, so I could either come up behind the bobtail driver, or I can park sideways behind the building. I usually park sideways behind the building if trucks are already occupying the bays. And there are trucks in both bays, so yeah, more than likely I'll just go ahead and, yeah, look like they're already waiting for me too. Or no. Alright, I'm going to get my tandems over this way some first. Alright, not quite as far over as I wanted them, but you get the idea. Oh, he's already there waiting. Oh, cool. Alright, so this is how we usually do the process when washing out here. It only takes a few minutes. If you're a JCT driver, we have a contract here. So all you got to do is give them the truck and trailer number info, and you're good. Alright guys, we are done washing out here. Spent a whole 7 minutes off duty here. Not too bad. So I don't really mind too much most of the time if if I grab an empty out of the drop yard and it's not clean or doesn't have at least 3/4 fuel, it doesn't take that much to get those things dealt with in the local area here. So it doesn't really take that. It doesn't waste that much more time. So I don't nitpick so much over that in this area. Now, if there are other spots where I might acquire a trailer and there's just nowhere convenient to get a washout or get reefer fuel from, that becomes more of a problem. All right, we're gonna make a left turn here and just go down Riverside Avenue until we get over by where by the shipper. I'm gonna go ahead and high speed it again for you guys, so we shorten it up. So again, gonna be takes time to once I'm even on Walmart's property. There's a good chunk of video footage that usually ends up being there. So we'll speed this up here. Alright guys, we are about here at the Walmart DC now. Making the right turn onto Miguel Bustamante Parkway from Aguamansa. Third driveway down here, same place where this other truck's going to pull into is where we're coming in. Doesn't look too bad. I see 2 trucks in the left lane and 1 in the right. This guy actually knows enough that you can use both lanes. Nice. Alright, so you guys have seen many tons of videos of me picking up or delivering here, so we'll go ahead and fast forward here to when we're done checking in and when it's time to go drop our trailer. Alright guys, we are checked in. So she just told me it was a live load, not a drop hook. I just called Walmart myself right before I left the drop yard, and they told me it was supposed to be a drop. So that's what always frustrates me about this place, is getting told conflicting information. I don't really care if I live load or drop hook, but I like to know that whatever information I'm given the first time is the correct information. You know, it's because I could have stopped. I could have, stopped over at Farmer Boys and grabbed a bite to eat or something, or Carl's or whatever. I don't care. Before checking in here, if it came down to that. So, who knows how long it's going to take for me to get called to a door now. So now I'm going to end up sitting here for who knows how long on the hook until I get called to a door, and then once I'm in the door, it's kind of on the hook again until I'm done loading. So I just screwed myself by checking in, and I did that by because, again, I told you I was told that by Walmart that it was a drop-in hook. Maybe they just haven't loaded it. They don't have a trailer designated for it yet, and it's like I said, it's not due for pickup till 16:30, so that could be what's going on. I'm just here too early, and they turned it into a live load. Alright, we will just go around to the other side and back into a spot over there, and then check in over at the blue office. Don't see any JCTs in the dock doors here. At least not any drivers. Do see some here that are ready to go. Several. Looks like we're in the clear here as soon as this purple prime, whenever he finishes getting out of the way. I don't know what he's doing right now. Alright guys, we're gonna probably go for this spot here that this other guy just vacated. Got a guy walking across though, plus Prime trying to back in somewhere, I don't know. Yeah, he's getting, this guy was walking across going to the truck that I'm gonna park right next to. Alright, now let's try to square up as much as I can so I can see down both sides of the trailer as quickly as. Alright, yeah, we're good. I was kind of close to this guy's mirror here, but we're good. Alright, we're gonna go check in at the office right in front of us and see how long it takes. Probably be a while. It's 11:13 right now. I don't really expect that I'll be out of here until or even getting into a dock door until quite a bit later. Well, we'll see. Could get lucky. Alright guys, we're already ready to dock in here. It really hasn't even been that long either. It's only 11:38, so I've only been sitting here for what, 20 minutes or so? Somewhere around there. I forget what exact time it was when I parked, but I want to say it was only about 20 minutes ago. We're going to be docking into door 157, which is on the other side of the building. Should be right over by where the end of the row of drop trailers that are in front of the dock doors are. Kind of over by row E. Before you go into the row where the scale, basically right by where the scale is at. Yeah, 170 is the last door over here on this side, if I recall. So, yeah, and 157, I know for sure I've used that door in the past. And yeah, it should end up being right there where row E is at. Might get it straight back, or I might have to do a little bit of an offset. We'll find out. But it's in that ballpark there. Yeah, 157, I'm going to be right next to this other truck that's docked in over here. I'm not sure what Picasso Trucking is doing, but let me figure out what this guy walking here is doing as well, and once he's out of the way, I can set up. Alright, now you do have this guy trying to use a scale saw, and there's an opening over there to the other side of my dock doors, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way as quickly as I can, but safely too. Normally I'd already be out opening my doors, but I'm trying to get out of this guy's way. At the same time, I don't know what this guy here's up to. Just gonna go ahead and come in now. We're lined up perfectly there. Let me get far enough out of the way. That post there might be a problem. Let me go forward. All right, let's get doors open and finish bumping this dock, and we'll have some more on the way out. All right, guys, we are done loading now. It's about just after 5:30, so I've been in the dock door for quite a while. Young man who loaded me did not come out here to put the lock on and start loading me until about an hour ago. Right around my appointment time, 4:30ish. So all this waiting, and I'm probably not going to get any detention pay because my appointment time was only an hour ago, but gotta see how long it'll take for them to call about my bills. Alright, let me get my load locks put in and close the doors and all that, and we'll scale it. See how we're looking here. It's got almost like a little over 29,000 on the drives right now. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, I need you to put the trailer out of the door.
Yeah, I'm already doing that now. I'm over to the scale and staging.
Thank you.
Thanks. Alright, yeah, I don't think this load's going to be overweight for sure, because the last pallets are not very tall, actually on the short side, and they're not that close to the back of the trailer either. I was expecting it to be about a 40,000 pound load from what the load assignment said, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be that heavy. I don't even have 30,000 pound load on my drives right now, so I would be surprised if this thing even grosses out at 70,000 pounds. I'll scale it anyway just to see how it looks, but I'll bet the house it's not going to be a 75,000 or heavier load. Alright, looks like we're all clear over to the scale. Alright, see how we're looking here. It's like 11,560. It's like 40,100-ish. Or 40,120. So yeah, my gauge that I was telling you, the weight that I said was on my gauge earlier was yeah, pretty accurate there. Yep, just like I thought, 66,000. About 65,980-ish. Actually, it settled at 960, but exactly like I expected, it was not even going to be 70,000 pounds. A little over 30,000 pound payload is what I actually have then, because I normally weigh about 34,000 or so empty. Alright, now we're going to go park over in the staging area, and then whenever the bills are ready, we'll run in and get them and leave. Alright, so we're going to get at least 3 backings out of this one pickup video. Actually 4, because I had to drop the other loaded trailer in the drop yard too, so plenty of backing footage in this video for you guys if that's what you guys are into. Looks like we're clear out there. I don't see anybody walking across or in the mirror. Hello? Okay, be right there. Alright, that was Walmart telling me my bills are ready. So let's go ahead and do a straight back setup there next to Tia England. Oh, not quite a straight back. So we'll be able to get out of here pretty quickly now that I know that. Alright, so get our bills and get out of here. Alright guys, we've got our bills in hand. Figure out what this guy here is doing real quick. Get this side guard crap turned off. this guy's just closing his doors and probably going to leave too. But he might be, I don't know, he might, good. Make sure I stayed as far away from him as I could. Alright, I see somebody coming. Might be a yard jockey, so, no, it's Sierra England bobtail. Fuck that stop sign, dude. Should have gone anyway, but alright, as usual, we're going to exit out this gate here. Use both sides of the gate. This is not a two-way gate. It used to be at one point in time, but no longer is. Actually, it used to only be used by the Sierra England Walmart dedicated people, but they got smart and changed this setup here a while back. Alright, let's get... Now I gotta stay far right because my tandems are going to come up right on that curve most of the time I come through here. Right there. I try to get my my trailer doors so they're right by the right by where the guard shack is. Alright guys, time for us to skedaddle. I've said that one in a while. Looks like we're clear both directions. I'm going to come up out the left side toward Agua Mansa. As you guys very well know, if you watch me all the time, you know I don't like to use Riverside Avenue up like everybody else does. I prefer to take Agua Mansa over to the east and get on the 10 at Rancho Avenue. So that'll be the plan. Where is this going to? It is going to the Walmart DC in Temple, Texas. And some of these guys get a little bit anal here, by the way. It's just kind of laugh. I mean, sometimes they're pretty common sense people here, but some of them are not so. You know, like the guy who gave me my bills, who's that? Delta 4488 Alpha. You know, of course, they want you to say what city and state it's going to. I'm like, it's going to Temple. Where else is, you know? What other state is it besides Texas? I mean, I've been coming here so many times for years, and there are only so many places that outbound crosstalks go to from here. So I just kind of laugh when he actually wants me to say Texas as well. I'm like, it's going to Temple. You know, where else would Temple be? Yeah, but I know it's a Walmart policy. He's just following their rules, but at the same time, I just find it kind of amusing that yeah, sometimes guys like that do that. Or you know, also the loader was kind of nitpicking about how far away I was from the dock door when you know, because I bumped the dock. I can feel it, and I press into the door while I'm popping my brakes. Well, even when I did that, the bumper pads on the bottom of my trailer were, I don't know, about a few inches or so away from the plates that they made up against. I don't know why that is, but they were. Like apparently something else was interfering. You know. Maybe the trailer was hitting something else, like a different part of the dock door. I don't know, but... And then when I went to pull away, I guess the trailer kind of crept a little bit forward, and then he wanted me twice to reset it into the door where it's right up against there. I'm like, I can't do much. It's not gonna... I mean, even before I disconnected the second time, I went back there to take a look, and even with me pushing into the door and popping the brakes and just going into neutral from there, I get out and it's still like a few inches away. I'm like, can your dock plate get across? If so, then what's the problem? Then he finally just said, it's all right. I think he was also worried about some of the cold air from inside the building venting out. I'm like, it's not that big a gap, and you can't get rid of those gaps anyway. It's, it's still going to maintain the right temp inside the building, and inside the trailer too. It's, it should be in the right neighborhood still, so it's not that big a deal, guy. It's just put your damn lock on and your glad hand lock on, and put the run inside and start doing your job. Oh well. Yeah, again, I can't fault them for being diligent, doing their job exactly how Walmart's telling them to do their job, but at the same time, there's a little bit of an element of common sense that I think that people should be also using as well. So that's just me. Alright, anyway, we're almost here to Rancho Avenue now, and no need to keep this video going longer for you guys. Plenty long enough as it is, I'm sure. So we'll have you. We'll wish you all a great night, and we'll see you guys over in Temple. All right, and go Eagles, go Birds. See ya.